You're watching America Trends. I'm Mary Burt-Godwin. Oh man, am I excited about this next guest. You guys know I love musical theater. If I could be anything in the world, it would be a performer and a singer and a dancer on the stage. It's my happy place. And our next guest is starring as the MC in Cabaret here in San Diego, currently at the Old Globe Theater. Cabaret, oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite shows. He's also been on the CW's Batwoman and regional theater around the country, most recently as Mark Cohen in Rent, one of my favorite shows of all time. Welcome to America Trends, Lincoln Klaus.
Hello, thank you for having me.
I am so thrilled to meet you. I'm coming to the show actually in a few days with my daughter and a bunch of kids from our dance studio. So I hope that we get to meet you in person maybe after the show.
Of course, yeah, stick around outside afterward. I'll gladly come say hello.
I'm so excited. So I want to talk to you about, I was reading some articles about you and how I was going to ask you about how you got the bug to be on stage and become a performer. And I read a little something about High School Musical had something to do with it. Which my kids and I loved too. So talk to me about, how old you were when you were like, you know what, this is exciting. I like to sing or dance, or what was it that gave you the bug?
Yeah, well, I didn't grow up in a very musical household. I didn't know much about musical theater, like didn't really know that it was a thing at all. And then High School Musical came out on Disney Channel, and I was like, wait a minute, what is this? This is a thing that you can do. And I was in, I think, fifth or sixth grade probably. And then when I went to junior high in seventh grade, my school did the stage version of it.
Oh my gosh.
And I auditioned. It was my first time ever auditioning for anything, and I got the role of Ryan,
Oh
which
yeah.
is the one who did all the hats.
Yep.
Um, and it was my first time on stage. So High School Musical, yeah.
So you got the bug, right? I mean, when you did it, were you just like, this is so incredible to be, that's what I love, is being on the stage and hearing people react to you. It's pretty exciting, right?
Yes, absolutely. And one of my friends who did it with me, who I met through doing the show, his parents owned like a local community theater
Oh.
in our city, and they came to see the show and asked me to like come audition for them. And so then it was just like off to the races from there. I was doing shows there throughout the year, and then that led into doing theater in high school. But yeah, it all goes back to High School
To
Musical.
High School Musical. I love it. So, let me ask you, because I have daughters that are competitive dancers in the dance world. And I talk a lot, or I'm learning a lot, because now college is coming up and the professional world. And a lot of people have a negative outlook on people that pursue creativity and, artistic expression as a career. And I feel like, if that's what you want to do in your life, that's what you should do, that's your passion and purpose. Tell me how that was for you in high school. Did you know, I want to take this risk and go to New York or whatever your next step was? Did you, from that moment that you were in High School Musical, were you thinking this is what I want to do as a career?
I think because it was so foreign to me still, it always felt like an extracurricular. It always felt like something to do on the side. Even when I graduated high school, it wasn't something that I thought I would do with my life. Because I also like grew up in the Midwest, and like all my family like still lived in the Midwest. I didn't have a lot of people in my life that I knew that like had a dream and like left town to follow that dream. That was so out of my comfort zone and scary to me. Um, and yeah, it wasn't until I got to college and got to know the program at my university and the people who were in that program that I was like, oh, this is actually something I could do and do well and make money doing it and make a life out of it and still have fun doing it,
So when you went, it was Ball State University is where you went?
Yeah.
So did you major in musical theater, or did you just join the department once you were there?
I eventually did major musical theater, yes. When I first went there, I did not.
Okay.
I was in special education initially. I thought I wanted to be a special education teacher. And then I did a chorus line at the like local community theater in my college town. And some of the faculty came to see it, and they were like, you should come audition for us, So then I auditioned and joined the musical theater program the next year. So I ended up going an extra year in school so I could do the full 4-year program. Um, and I'm so happy I did.
So I am happy you did too, because now you're out there in the world performing. I mean, gosh, Rent is one of my favorite shows. So I wish I had known you and known I
Me
would have
too.
come seen your show, because that's one of my favorites of all time. And that part of Mark is just
Yeah.
what could be better. But talk to me about when you're doing a show like Cabaret that is so established, it's tried and true, it's over the years, a classic. When you're coming at this character of the MC, do you study some of the original, do you watch Joel Grey? Do you watch some of these older performances? Or do you kind of like to start fresh and not even know what people before you did?
I like to start fresh to the point that I still have not seen the movie Cabaret. I have
Okay.
not listened to any soundtrack. I I knew vaguely the story of Cabaret going into this, but not much. Pretty much the only Cabaret I know and in this moment is our production of it. And I think that really helped me a lot because it is such a classic, and the role of the MC is one of the most prestigious roles in all of musical theater.
Yes.
And a lot of people tell me that my take on it is very different and something they haven't seen before. And I think that's because I brought myself to it because I didn't know anything else. I had no other way of navigating the role than just like starting from scratch and with me.
Yeah. And then I mean, there is some serious undertones in the show, obviously serious topics and themes in it. But so did you have to study, that time period and what was going on to inform your role?
Yeah, yeah. When we did the our original production in Florida at the Oslo, we spent, I would say, like the first week um really digging into the scene work, but also beyond the scene work and like what was going on during that time period, just so we had better context. We had an amazing dramaturg, and we had a woman, her name's Dewanda. She was our cultural competency coordinator, which that's a job I didn't even know existed
Wow.
in in our profession, but her job was literally to be there and just like help us understand the context of what was going on
Yep.
in that time period. And it was so beneficial to have that. And again, I've worked at many regional theaters and done a lot of work over the last few years, and I've never had that before.
That's really important, especially, with something that there is such meaty, serious undertones of the show, to have that underline, because you don't want to get it wrong, right?
Right.
Because someone in the audience is going to know and call you out on it, or on social
Mhm,
media.
mhm.
So talk to me. I wanted to know about your role on the CW Batwoman. What was that like doing TV? And do you want to maybe go back into that world?
Yeah, it was wild because it was during fall of 2020, so still when like the pandemic was like at its peak. And up until then I hadn't done TV. I had only done theater, and theater was non-existent at that point. And so when the opportunity to do this came up, I was like, absolutely, I just want to work. I want to do something. Um, and it was so new and foreign to me and scary, but everyone on set was so lovely. It was a great group of people. We got to film in Vancouver, which around that time of year is beautiful. But yeah, I mean, I would love to do more television. It's so different, and what I love about theater is the rehearsal
Yes.
period that you get. I love having that time to craft like really strong connections with people
Yeah.
and really dig deep into stuff. And in television, you don't have time for that.
Right.
You get on set, you have like 10 minutes to talk through the scene with the director and like your partner, and then you just sort of are thrown to the wolves and you have to go,
Yeah.
which is a fun challenge as an actor, but you lose that camaraderie that I love about
Yes.
theater.
That's one of the things I love the most about it too, is that time. Some of the best times of my life have been working with the cast and crew in those rehearsal periods. Then it opens and you're like, okay,
Uh-huh.
But okay, so where can people see? Are you guys going somewhere else after San Diego with this cast for Cabaret?
As of now, no. So you have 2 more weeks to come see us at the Old Globe. That's all we got for you right now.
Okay, well, I'll be there on October 8th, matinee, too. Are you going to do that show? I hope that you don't have an
Yes.
understudy. Okay, I'm going to be there. And thank you so much, Lincoln Klaus. Everyone look out for this rising star. So talented. Thank you so much for joining us today, Lincoln. And I will see you Sunday, the 8th.
Great. See you then.
Okay, thank you so much. You're watching America Trends. Stick around for more right after this quick break. I think we got Mike Costa coming up with some sports right after this.